Hello, welcome to the 1st of February. 1st of February, cool. This is here for you to look at while I chat, because I have a bit of chatting to do and I apologise for that. First of all, this is a two-part series that I'm starting to create. Part 1, I'm going to be using a digital kit. Part 2, I'm going to be using book pages and scraps. So I want to offer inspiration and to show you that you can do things without kits, or you can do things with kits. There are lots of options for everybody out there. The second thing I want to say is the kit that I'm using, I have created for my Etsy shop, and the full kit is available in Etsy. The Facebook group challenge for this month in the Foxy Crafters is 5 tag book. Okay, so these series of videos are to help inspire people who want to take part in the challenge if you are in my Facebook group. If you are in my Facebook group, I'm going to be offering 1 page of the digital kit for free every day. It's only going to be available for a day, and I completely understand not all of you are on Facebook, and that's perfectly fine, but not all of the kit is going to be for free. Some of the kit is only available in Etsy. So I just want to put that out there. I do love giving things away for free, and I absolutely loved the December daily. I loved doing it. It was just so rewarding and so much fun. But because I did everything for free for December, my Etsy shop was pretty much non-existent, and it is how I support my family. It's not something I can do often, but where I can, I'm happy to offer freebies. I do put freebies in my Facebook group all of the time, ones that are not removed after a time period. So there are freebies in the Facebook group. I also offer freebies with my website newsletter that goes out every month. So there are freebies, coming every month to people who are subscribed to my newsletter. I've also started putting freebies on Buy Me a Coffee. So that's something I've just started doing, and I try to keep all of the freebies different. So the challenge is to create a book of some kind using 5 tags. All of the information is in the Facebook group. I hope you enjoy this little series. I'm sure part 2 is going to be a lot of fun. Part 1 is very easy to put together if you have the kit. But part 2, I don't know where that's going to go yet, so I'm looking forward to doing part 2. Thank you for joining me, and let's get on with day 1. Anybody can take part, but the challenge is in my Facebook. I'm going to create this little tag book over the 5 or 6 days. So I don't know how many days it's going to take me as yet, so I'm not going to just say 5 days. These are the 2 pages for today. You will also need 5 strips of a thin cotton fabric that are kind of the height of the tag. And I've got some cardstock. You can use any thickness of cardstock you wish. This is 280. No, it's not. Is it? I think it's 280 GSM. Okay, so obviously the first thing I have to do is cut my digitals. So I'll do that. Okay, all the bits are cut. Now, obviously I'm going to mount a lot of these pieces. And because I want this fairly sturdy and thick, I'm actually going to mount both of my pieces. It's really important that you kind of watch the whole process if you're only going to mount one side. So please stay tuned. I'm going to glue these down. And it's also, if you're going to sew, it's also quite important that you don't sew ahead. You just need to kind of wait until this all comes together at the end. So I'm going to cut these pieces out. Okay, so we have 2 pieces. I'm going to grab one of my pieces of cotton fabric. Now you can use any kind of fairly thin cotton fabric. It needs to be quite flexible, and you don't want to make these too tight. Now, what have I done here? My cutting wasn't absolutely spot on, so this is not perfect, but that's okay. Now, I want this piece as my front. Okay, this piece is going to be my front. This piece is going to be the back side. So front needs to be on the left. And what I'm going to do is add some glue along this edge first. Doesn't matter if it goes over, that's absolutely fine. Actually, I don't want it to go above that tab cut out. Okay, is I'm now going to glue this whole piece. Okay, so that's now glued, and I'm going to do my absolute best to line these up. And I'm going to re-ink the edges where I might have a little bit of the cardstock showing. It's very difficult to get this spot on, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm actually just going to trim the bottom, but I'm going to give myself a tiny bit of leeway there just in case. So I'm going to take this piece now and I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to mount this piece. You obviously do not have to do your tag book the way I'm doing my tag book. Even if you purchase this kit or use this kit, you don't have to use it this way. This is just how I've designed the kit, but obviously they are basically tags, and they are going to be a little bit more than tags by the end, and you'll see as we go through what else we are going to do. Ink this. So now is where we get to kind of have a little bit of a play around with this particular piece. So what I'm thinking is a piece of floral up the top here, because this is going to lay over the top of that. I want this piece possibly there. Maybe this piece up there. Okay, let's try that up there. I'm going to leave that off there, I think. Okay, I'm going to go for something like that. So I'm going to ink this piece. It's quite important, if you're using this the way I am, that everything is well thought through and you don't do too many things in advance, because you might find they're just not going to work. So that I'm going to put there. I'm going to ink this piece on these two edges. I'm going to just glue the whole of the back of this for now. Okay, so I'm going to trim this piece off. Ink that edge. So that piece is now done, and I'm going to work on this piece. So I'm going to do a kind of similar thing. This one I'm going to ink and glue straight down. I think I'm going to add this to this bottom corner. Going to trim that. Right, so what I'm going to do now to make sure I keep everything ready is I'm going to sew around here, and I'm going to sew around this tag. I'm not going to sew around that. Okay, so I'll be back. These two pieces are now sewn. So what I'm going to do is grab some cardstock, or this is cardboard actually, and I'm going to glue this onto here. Just going to mount this. I'm going to use this scrap to behind here. I'm going to add these to here. I'm going to add the butterfly up the top. So I'm just going to ink this. I didn't have much of a plan. I knew roughly what I was going to do. So this piece is now done, but what I don't want to do is glue this on here, not as yet. We have things to do to this, but we can't do it until the very end. But those two pieces will go together like that. Okay, so that is day one done. I hope you enjoy the kit. And I hope you will like how this is going to end up. So that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.